What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome and stay tuned in with Think First Podcast. Period. And I just want to come on here today, you guys, because there's just been a lot going on in the world. A lot going on in the world right now. And I just want to speak up on some things. You know, what's going on in the world because I haven't been on my podcast in a minute. So I choose to do a live stream podcast, period. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is why this doctor in Atlanta, talking about this doctor in Atlanta, right? It was a young couple in Atlanta, went to the hospital to delivery. And but before we get into this live stream podcast that I'm doing on Think First Podcast, if y'all not tuned in with Think First Podcast, make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all like and comment below with some great content, stories, whatever y'all want me to do up over here on my Think First Podcast channel on Facebook, YouTube. Let me know. But y'all, I just can't believe this happened to this young couple back in Atlanta. I don't know what part of Atlanta, but this young couple went into the hospital to have a baby, an infant boy she was pregnant with, went into delivery, baby was breached. I don't understand how the nurses, the doctors didn't understand that she was carrying a breech baby. How they didn't understand and let her deliver and try to push a breech baby out. His legs came out first. When his legs came out, his shoulders got stuck. But study the doctor just stopped it and stopping the delivery and doing an emergency C-section, the doctor trying to pull the baby out by his legs. And when the doctor forcing the baby to come out by his legs, the baby's shoulders and head and, and neck get stuck in the womb. Y'all, I just can't believe what happened next. So after that happened, they told her we have to do an emergency C-section, right? But before she went into the emergency C-section, the baby the baby body came out. The baby body is out, but the head is not attached to the body. So when the unborn baby body come out, his head not attached. The head is stuck inside the mama. So the doctor then amputated the baby head off the body because she or he was trying to pull the baby out by the legs. But they tried to cover it up. They tried to rush her to emergency C-section. Once they rush her to emergency C-section, get the head out. Yes, Demetrius, that story is so sad. Once they rushed her into emergency C-section, got the head out, they wrapped the baby up, tried to attach the head back on the baby, showed them the baby. But they tell them the baby did not make it through delivery, right? So they trying to cover up their tracks, telling this young couple, "Oh, y'all can cremate the baby." Like they trying to get the baby cremated like the same day. Like we need to cremate the baby, but luckily them smart as that young couple was, look, they like, no, we don't want to cremate our baby. We want to get an autopsy done. We want to see what happened with our unborn child, like how our baby just deceased, like during delivery. So they end up hiring a lawyer, got the lawyers involved, got the police involved, the detectives, everybody. Found out, these people found out later on that the doctor, the hospital killed their unborn child. Like literally killed their baby. Like they pulled the baby so hard trying to yank the baby out the womb till the baby head detached from his body. And now they have like a lawsuit going on the hospital, the lawsuit going on the doctor. But I feel everybody who was there caring for her and her unborn child need to be fired, need to be sued, from the nurses, from the hospital, from the doctor. Everybody who played a part in taking care of her and her unborn child should be sued and fired. and press charges. Like I feel the nurses need to be charges need to be pressed on them because every nurse know what to do in labor and delivery. If you work in labor and delivery, you know goddamn well they was not supposed to let her try to push a breech baby out. Period. Every nurse, every doctor know the protocol when you trying to deliver a breech baby. And I just pray for that family. I hope they get the justice they need. Um, in this sixth story, I hope they get the answers they need, and I hope everybody who played a part get put in jail, get some kind of charges, get fired. I just pray the Lord something go down with them doctors, that hospital, that motherfucking labor and delivery needs to be shut down. I feel the whole hospital needs to be shut down because at this point is labor and delivery doing stuff like this. Imagine what the whole entire hospital doing, from heart surgery, from any kind of surgery you have to get done in that hospital. Imagine what every patient went through in that hospital. I feel the whole hospital needs to be shut down. And I hope they get the justice they need for their unborn baby. Period. I was trying to get the video on here. I was, y'all. It's just a lot right now, and I'm still learning the process of streaming. But I'm gonna get the video on here some way, somehow. I have to download it to my computer to, react to the videos to give y'all my final answer. But that is my final answer, you guys. And I wanted to touch on another story with the young mother of three that lost her life by her husband. Y'all, just want to tell y'all like this. You really have to be careful out here. My women, I really want y'all to know this message. When you going through a breakup, when you going through anything from a breakup, make sure you have protection. Make sure you have a plan A, plan B, plan C. Cause some of these coward men cannot just accept a breakup. Like, I don't want to be with you. Period. Like, this relationship is over. So they feel like the relationship is over. Your life got to be over too. And there's so many young women that lost their life this in last month during July, like from July 16th, from the Carly Russell Hawk story. We missed a lot on the women who really was missing, the women who really was disappearing, and we lost footage and story on that because everybody was so caught up in the Carly Russell story that was a hoax and that was fake, that it took attention off the young women that really lost their life and that was really disappearing out here by their boyfriend, their husband. Like, it took a lot off the disappearing of women who was really missing. And I just want to say this, like, to the family that's dealing with they missing loved ones. Like, they still ain't found the other girl. Like, she still ain't found, but now they looking into her boyfriend. Um, and it's sad that us as women trust these men and get with these men and they attend somewhere else. So I just want to give a message out, you guys. Like, if you're dealing with a breakup and if you feel like some fishy stuff is going on in your breakup, do not, do not go around that man by yourself. And I feel police need to be more authority when you having a breakup and the men can't take the breakup. They need to be more involved. You need to get the police more involved. Because if I'm going somewhere, I'm not going there by myself. I'm gonna make sure the police is there too. Like, this man is crazy. This man cannot accept the breakup. I fear for my life. I fear for my kids' life. I need protection. Like, I need protection at all times. And I can find a safe place for me and my kids, safe home for me and my kids, but I need protection. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to touch up on them stories, but I'm gonna try to do more like reactions and stuff like that with my podcast, like get more involved and stuff like that because it's just like so much going on in the world. It's like a lot of things going on in the world that we need to be more involved on. Like, cause I'm gonna look up something. Like, I'm gonna go on YouTube. I'm gonna go on YouTube and look up something real quick. Like, even with the Brooklyn Frost and Jay Chinko relationship advice, when men go through abuse too, you know. And the only thing I got on that story with Jay Chinko and Brooklyn Frost, they both young, still learning life, still trying to figure out life. But still, when we raising our kids, we have to teach our kids, should no man put their hands on the woman, and should no woman put their hands on the man. And we have to teach our kids too. If you're not feeling a person, you don't see yourself with this person, don't lead a person on, because that can get you hurt too. You know what I'm saying? When you lead a person on in a relationship and you know you're not feeling that relationship and you're not feeling the person that you with, instead of leading that person on, sometimes you just have to let them know, I don't see a relationship with you, but I see us as friends. I see us as business partners. I see us as creative partners. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool to lead a person on that you really not feeling and liking like that. And then you let that man on for 2 years. Like, even though y'all broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together. I knew it was trash when he proposed to her and she was still young. I get it. But when he proposed to her and she told him no, I knew right then and there she wasn't feeling Jay Chinko. But all I just got to tell him is the lesson learned. Keep your head up. Get through this breakup. Know your value as a man. Know your worth as a man. As in a woman, know your value as a woman. Know your worth as a woman. You can't get in a relationship, and if you see the red flags in the beginning of that relationship, baby, yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to say, you ain't the one. No. When you see the red flags, please escape. Don't sit there thinking it go change. Because if you see the red flags in the beginning, it's not gonna change in the middle and at the end. It's gonna still remain the same. So just make sure, like, you know your worth when it comes to a woman, a man, or whatever. Make sure y'all know y'all worth. They still young, and I feel nobody should get canceled. Even though I'm not on Brooklyn Frost's side, but I just feel like in that situation, should nobody get canceled? She's still young. You know what I'm saying? She don't got nobody to tell her right or wrong because she don't want to listen to nobody. When you turn 18, when you turn 19, you think you know it all. Y'all don't want to listen to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But baby, you don't know nothing. This just the beginning of the milk, baby. You still drinking on Similac when you turn 18, okay? You ain't even made it past the formula stage still when you turn 18. And there's a lot of 18s out there that be having their head on their shoulders and do what they got to do for themselves. They be more mature, you know? But it's a lot of women out there that's not mature. You got some people that mature fast and you got some people that mature slow. Their brains is still developing. For real. Like, their brains are still developing. And it's some people that don't get it together till they 60. It's some people that don't figure shit out until they 50, till they 80, till they 70. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like when it comes to a relationship, know your worth. And if you see red flags, get the hell on. Like, period. Get on. Move on. Dunk them and move on. Because it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Period. And I said what I said. But other than that, y'all, I just wanted to touch on them stories. My prayer goes out. I know I said I was looking up something on YouTube or whatever, but I'm y'all, I'm gonna put my phone on here so I can learn how to do reactions on my podcast, like react to other people's videos. I know it's some way you do it, and I know that'll be like more better for me. Um, but I haven't been on here, so I just want to come on here and show my face and let y'all hear my voice and let y'all know that Think First podcast is still the thing, and I will be coming. Period. Um, Let me see, y'all. And then look, when you put in missing woman, guess who come up first? Carly Russell. That's so sad. My channel gonna be like my podcast gonna be more of me speaking out on women that's coming up missing that don't have voices for themselves. That gonna be me speaking out. Yeah, the woman that came up missing was Alicia Watts. If y'all haven't checked out that story, please go check out that story with Alicia Watts. She went out. I don't know if it's really out of town, but she traveled. I think like an hour away from her town to go see her boyfriend. She was supposed to go to a concert. Went out there to see him, and ain't been seen since. When they did their investigation, they found Tim in her car, but she was nowhere to be found. He was in her car unresponsive. And when it really get to that story, I really didn't get more into depth in that story, but all I know he was found in her car unresponsive. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna have to get back into the Lisa Watts missing story because she is missing. She still haven't been found, you guys. And it's so sad, that she haven't been found. But when I'm going down my timeline, all you see is Carly Russell. Like, we don't want to see Carly Russell. Carly Russell's story is not important no more. She was a hawk. She faked her disappearing. We want to see the real stories, the real disappearing of women. We don't want to get on here and see Carly Russell, her fake disappearing. Like, no, like that's out. But I'm gonna look up Elisa Watt's story and get more into it. I'm gonna get into her update. Okay, y'all. This what I know for so far, but I'm gonna see if I can. What I'm gonna do with that, y'all, because I think I can add it to my video. So we gonna get more into it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Kamara, Kamara, y'all. We gonna see. I'm about to see real quick. You know what? I gotta look for my one. What I gotta look for? Cause I know I can add a video to this. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it, but yeah, y'all, they finally found surveillance picture of them a couple of days before she came up missing. I just got an update. She was walking in a mall with a boyfriend a couple of days before she came up missing when she went out of town to visit him for this concert. They finally found a video of her being in the mall with her boyfriend a couple of days before she came up missing. It's sad when you try to meet new people in your life and they just you just don't know what they outcome is to be like. If they mean you to be with you, if they mean you to use you. But I don't know, like, this story's so fishy to me. Like, I really don't know what to say about Alicia Watts' disappearance. I really don't have a full story about it, but it just seems so fishy that she went out of town to visit her boyfriend to go to a concert, and and she just disappeared out of nowhere. Can't be found. Like, he found in her car unresponsive. And that's where the story ends. You know what I'm saying? Like the family was going to his house, taking belongings out of his house. Like, how's the police allowing the family to go to a house where it's supposed to be an open investigation at? The family shouldn't have never been allowed to go inside his house and remove anything from his house. Anything during an open missing investigation. Like, that is crazy. This whole missing report, the police, some just ain't it just ain't right. It just ain't fitting with me. It just ain't fitting with me what this missing story is about with this young woman. She have no kids. She owned a good business, entrepreneur woman, an active woman, active in her community. She gave back to her community. You know what I'm saying? She have employees. Um, and you go on this trip to visit your boyfriend and you come up missing and they didn't even have him um they didn't even have him in the investigation at the time. They wasn't even telling her family nothing at the time. The family was lost. They had to find information on their own because the police wasn't giving them no type of information. So they had to look around, make calls, and stuff like that to find information about their missing loved one, like to figure out what's going on because the police weren't telling them nothing. The police was keeping them in the dark at the beginning of this investigation, but she still is missing, y'all. Nobody have been recovered. She haven't been recovered. She been missing since July, I believe July 15th or something like that. She been missing since July 15th. So this month and make it a whole month, Alicia Watts been missing to go visit her boyfriend and to go to a concert. I don't even know how he not. I don't even know how he not a suspect. Like they didn't even have him as a suspect in her disappearing. Like how he's not a suspect? Ain't that's kind of weird? She missing. Y'all find her missing car. He in the car, unresponsive, but he's not a suspect in this missing case with his girlfriend, but he was found in her missing car, unresponsive, because he was trying to, you know what? I can't say that word, but he was trying to opt himself. But the plan didn't work. So I don't understand how he wasn't a suspect in her missing in the missing investigation. I don't understand how. I don't understand why, because if y'all found him unresponsive, y'all already know what he tried to do. Y'all already know what it was. So now all of a sudden, weeks later, y'all finding evidence around his house. But do y'all think a lot of that evidence got destroyed? Because when y'all wasn't putting him in as a suspect, his family was able to go to the house and take whatever they want out the house. They was able to get whatever they want to cover up his tracks. Excuse me, y'all. To cover up his tracks, it's like, damn, they messed up this investigation all the way around. They messed it up all the way around because shouldn't nobody been able to go into his house while y'all looking for a missing woman that was last seen with him. And I don't even remember his name. What is his name again? Y'all, let me get his name because yeah, it was shell casings found around his home. That's what I was saying when I said they've been finding evidence around his home. It was shell casings that they found around his home. But I just feel like I said they messed up the whole investigation, and I'm gonna continue to say that the search is still going for Elisa Watts. Y'all make sure y'all look into that story on YouTube. Um, it's sad that us that women's just coming up missing like that. But next time when I do a podcast, I'm gonna make sure I insert videos up in it. I'm gonna learn how. I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna insert my videos into my live streaming podcast. Period. I can't do nothing but go up from here because God said so. I can go. I'm just gonna go up from here. I'm going up. Period. But um and then it's crazy. Like they don't even have his name. They just got boyfriend. Like, what is his name? Boyfriend got a name. We need to know his name. How y'all? Every story, every news outlet, all they got. Boyfriend of Elisa Watts has violent criminal history. Boyfriend of Elisa Watts found shell casings around his home. Boyfriend? No, we want to know the name, not boyfriend. Give the name. We want to know the name. Boyfriend of missing, like boyfriend, bro. Duh, he trying to commit. Didn't I say that he tried to commit suicide? So if he tried to commit suicide, how y'all don't think he have nothing? Why is he not locked up? Why is he not getting investigated? Why is he still out here running the streets? Like he just didn't. I don't know. It just makes me mad how the police system work. It's just like, oh, we don't have enough evidence to lock him up. We don't have enough of this to lock him up. We don't have enough this. We don't have enough this. Shit, enough is that she missing. Enough is that y'all found him unresponsive in her car and she was nowhere to be found. And she's still nowhere to be found. Alicia Watts is still missing. What you mean you don't got enough evidence to lock him up? Lock him up. Investigate him. Because he know where she at. This man tried to commit suicide. Because he did something terrible. Allegedly. He did something terrible to Elisa Watts. And we all know that. And they just... It's so sad. And then the family already said it was red flags on the boyfriend. If y'all figure like it was red flags on the boyfriend, and then like why didn't nobody go out of town with her? Like, why did she have to go out of town by herself to go visit this man? That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But y'all, if y'all find any tips, if anybody around the world know anything about Elisa Watts disappearing, you you guys can reach out to the tip hotline at 1-800-694-1981. It's the tip line to reach out if y'all have any tips on Elisa Watts disappearing around the world. Like, reach out, you guys. I just wanted to get the story out there about what's going on with her and her disappearing and her investigation of her disappearing. I don't know if they locked the boyfriend up, uh, but I heard it was a search warrant out for his arrest. Yes, I did hear that. That it's a search warrant out for his arrest. Cause y'all know he did something to her. And we need answers. We need to find her. I'm not trying to say we need to find her, but we need to find her. Like, you know what I'm saying? If she's safe, you know, like we need to find her. I don't know, but I don't feel the outcome gonna be easy. But She need to be found for her family, her friends, her loved ones that love her. She need to be found. Elisa Watts need to be found. And her boyfriend needs to be locked up. I'm going to get his name. I'm going to get the boyfriend name because I had his name the last time. I'm going to get the boyfriend name. Because I did know his name the last time. I'm going to get the boyfriend name. It's just like, I don't get it. Like, how weeks later y'all searching this man home? His home should have been searched the day y'all found him unresponsive in Alicia Watts' car in her Mercedes. His home should have been searched that day. Like, y'all messed up her case and it need to be fixed. Like, how y'all search his home weeks later? That don't make sense here. His family then already went in and out of that month. They already went in and out, taking what they can take to cover up the evidence. Y'all already let the family went in there and get what they needed to get. Now y'all want to search his home? Like, that's crazy. Like, y'all should have been searched his home. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way his home should be getting searched weeks later. That home should have been searched right away. It should have. And then y'all, I have one more story I want to reach out on. And it's so sad. It is so sad that these men is taking their anger out on these babies. A 2-year-old, Winter Cold is her name. Winter Cold. Um, yeah, you guys in Detroit, she came up missing by a dude named Rashad Treese. I don't know if the mama was dating him, was the mama talking to him, but her 2-year-old daughter came up missing. Like, he attacked the mother or something like that. He attacked the mom, kidnapped the 2-year-old daughter. Days later, they found the 2-year-old daughter, Winter Cole, in the alley on the other part of East Side Detroit or something like that, in the alley, demise. Um, it's so sad that these men just can't take rejections. Like, oh my God, my prayer goes out to her family. Winter Cole Smith, she was 2 years old, got demised by her mama friend. Like I said, I don't know what kind of ties they had with each other. I don't know if they just was friends. Was they in a relationship? Guys, we have to be careful who we bring around our babies. We have to be more careful what people, what friends, I don't give a damn who they is around our babies, around our kids. Because I don't know what happened. All I know, he attacked the mother, kidnapped her 2-year-old daughter. They found the 2-year-old daughter demise on the east side of Detroit in the alley. My prayer goes out to Winter's Cole Smith family. Should no baby have to go through this. Should no kids have to lose their life over ignorant black men that can't take rejections? Because that's what I'm feeling it was. He must like the mama because they said they wanted together. So I feel they was friends. He liked her. The mama rejected him. He attacked the mama, took the baby, and demised the baby, the 2-year-old toddler. And it's so sad that our kids have to go through this at a young age. So I just give my advice. Y'all, please Be careful what men, what women, what friends y'all bring around y'all babies and y'all kids. And people wonder why when I had my firstborn, yes, y'all, I choose to be a stay-at-home mom with my child. And she's 14 years old. And my youngest is 10. But this the reason why. And I know a lot of people not able to be a stay-at-home mom with their kids because they have bills. You have to pay your bills. You have to take care of your kids. So it's hard to be a stay-at-home mom. But God made a way for me. And I'm thankful that I was able to do that for my babies. I was working when I was pregnant with my oldest child. I had a job, but the fear in my heart, the fear in my soul told me I am not going back to work. When I took my paternity leave and got my maternity leave money, then I got my unemployment. I said I'm gonna choose to stay at home. I told my job, I don't want to come back. I want to stay at home with my baby because I just don't trust everybody. I want to be at home with my baby. And that's what I choose to do. And I know it's not reliable for every mother, every dad out there in the world. But we just have to do better. And know these people don't have words on their face saying, oh, he a monster. He don't belong in your life. It's hard. I know it is. But us as parents, we have to look through people and not read people. And the reason why I say that because I experienced something like, and I think about that to this day. Like I experienced something like it didn't happen, but my gut feeling, my baby was sitting on my lap. It just was crazy. It's crazy how men think. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have went through something like that. I let a neighbor, who I'm thinking was my kid's father, homeboy, I let him in my home. But y'all, let me tell you something. When he sat down, he got to talking to me. My gut feelings was like, something ain't right. Right? I picked my baby up, put my baby on my lap. She was like 1. I think my baby was 1 or 2. And like my gut feeling, I just would start like I was having anxiety. I'm like, something ain't right with this man, but I gotta get me and my baby out of this situation. I should never open up my door for him. I felt it right then and there. And I got to praying. I got to praying and praying and praying for me and my baby because I'm like, this man finna do something. You know what I'm saying? I felt that, y'all. I felt it. But luckily, my kid's father walked through the door. And he was like, what you doing over here in my baby mama house? What you in here for? And he was like, oh, I came over here. My baby daddy looking at him like, you shouldn't be up in here. He like, what? And when he left my baby daddy, like, why you let him in? I'm like, he said you told him to come up over here. Because that's what he told me. And my baby daddy was like, I did not tell him to come up over here. I did not. What the fuck I'm going to tell him to come up over here with you and my baby for? That's how my baby daddy was. He's like, for what? That nigga weird. That nigga be on robbing people and all that. My baby daddy like, he weird. He ain't got it all in the head. And I told my baby daddy, I know because when he sat down, I knew he was up to no good. Like, because he got to asking me for money. He like, oh, your baby daddy said, he told me to ask you, can I borrow $200 from you? And I was like, I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I ain't got not a dollar to my name. I'm broke. But my baby daddy like, why would I tell him to come over here and ask you for $200? I just wanted to get that story out there. Like, men do be on some weird things or whatever, but that was a lesson learned for me. Like, when people used to knock on my door, any men, I would not answer my door after that. I'd be like, what? What you want? No, he ain't here. I want answering my door. I wasn't answering my door for nobody. But I just wanted to touch down on that story, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this stream. live with Think First Podcast with your girl Tamara. Make sure you guys follow. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that like button. Comment below. Support your girl. Support. Go a long way. Because Think First Podcast will be heard of. Think First Podcast will be big one day. But thanks y'all for tuning in with Think First Podcast with your girl Tamra. Hey, 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 thanks for tuning in with Think First Podcast with your girl Tamra. And we out, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all make sure y'all watch y'all surroundings. Y'all be safe. Make sure y'all read red flags when it comes to a relationship with a man, whatever. Be safe. Thanks for tuning in with the Think First Podcast. Your girl Tamara, and I'm out.